So today we are at this original welcoming in. This time at the governor's press conference regarding
Oh, it's good
recent
to see you
events.
too.
Okay,
Of
recent
course.
events. The tornado today,
My eyes
and
just fucking
And
goddamn.
just everything in general.
dang, the sun came up fast.
Obviously,
God
Goodness.
damn.
who I am. Gonna ask some very pressing
What
questions
time is it?
regarding
That's a good
everything.
question.
So yeah, it should be good.
It's almost 1800.
Yeah, just about.
Here, I parked my truck around the corner in front of the police station over there.
Yeah, I tried.
Found the entrance.
Yeah, you don't have to stand out there, right?
Oh, I didn't realize I could come in yet.
Yeah, you just gotta get checked by these.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Anything
Do
on you?
not have anything
No.
on you, Kevin.
Kevin's. Alright, man. Go and find a seat. I know you're not press, so.
Alright, appreciate it.
Off to one of us. I thought it was Kevin's.
How's Honeydew doing?
Kevin's.
You see that guy in the flower thing?
Oh, the plural was too long to say.
There we go.
Got a good view of everything from here. It's a good spot.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I'm Jack Samuels, and I'm honoured to stand here before you today as the press secretary of the Supreme Governor, William Tarkin. The Supreme Governor will be joining us shortly, but joining me today are going to be Dr. Terry Callahan, our esteemed health secretary, whose tireless efforts to safeguard the well-being of the citizens, and Mr. Butch Wrangler, the Director of Public Works, who's been working tirelessly in these past few months. Together, we will stand united to our commitment of transparency, progress, and betterment of our society. The Supreme Governor will be joining us shortly, but let us begin. Today, we convene to confront and address the pivotal matters of great significance. Among the topics that are commanding our attention are the aftermath of the recent tornado that ravaged our streets of San Andreas.
User joined your channel.
A testament to both the resilience of our citizens and the challenges we must collectively overcome. Additionally, we shall provide updates on the health of our Supreme Governor, William Tarkin, whose well-being is of the utmost importance to us all. Furthermore, we will delve into the latest revelations surrounding the BM-01 retrovirus, shedding crucial light on developments that demand our unwavering vigilance and proactive measures. I would now like to start onto the event that occurred on Thursday, the 28th of March. A tornado that originated from a severe thunderstorm that came from the islands of Cayo Perico touched down at 8060 Adams Apple Boulevard. That tornado continued through the city with multiple buildings collapsing due to it. At 1843, the LSMPD discovered the collapse of the La Porta Freeway. This is still not in service due to the severe damage that has occurred to the interstate. This will be talked about with the Director of Public Works in due time. The disaster caused 30 loyal citizens of San Andreas to lose their lives, with 55 still in the hospital and 20 of those still in critical condition. I would now like to ask all of you to stand in solidarity to give a moment of silence to commemorate the lives. Okay, thank you. You may all sit. I would now like to introduce Dr. Terry Callahan, the Health Secretary, who will be talking about the BM01 virus and any information surrounding that.
Up. Not up. Up.
Afternoon, everybody.
Laying down on the job.
As you've heard from the Press Secretary, I'm Dr. Terry Callahan. We'll jump right into it. Furthering on from our prior press releases and the prior conference, which I represented the Department of Health and Human Services, additional information has come to light regarding BM01. The pertinent information is that BM01 has an incubation period of 1 to 3 days, meaning once you've been infected with it, it can take 1 to 3 days for your symptoms to take hold. It's unknown how long the virus lasts for in the body. Our testing is continuing on as it always has been. We are working 24/7, night and day, with our researchers and lab teams to figure out, isolate cures, vaccines, symptoms for this virus as a whole. Moving into further clarification, you've all heard most of the symptoms. Obviously, we still have the cough, the sneeze, fevers, and fatigue. However, there is a new symptom that has come to light. This will be clarified in a later press release. It is still being drafted by our team. However, in around 30% of those infected with BM01, it has been recorded that they have exhibited an arrhythmia. It's otherwise known as supraventricular tachycardia. Additional information will be published in the press release. However, to those in the healthcare field, it has already been circulated. This once again underpins the necessity of testing that we have been attempting to reinforce through our press releases. It is imperative that every citizen in the state tests. You can get a free test kit from Great Ocean Medical Center. It is the premier infectious disease hospital within the state of San Andreas. We've had low test numbers so far. We've had 1,750 tests. Just for perspective, the state of San Andreas has a population of around 4.9 million. Out of those 1,750 tests, we've recorded 1,400 positive test results. Once again, it is imperative that you test. These test kits are free. They can be ordered from Great Ocean Medical Center, among other hospitals, which will be further clarified in press releases. I have very limited information on how the Health and Human Services Department is handling the tornado as a very swift carry-on. As the press secretary said, there are casualties, there are dead people. The arrangements are being made with hospitals to better, obviously, assist in treating these people. I will be taking questions. Sarah in the blue hoodie.
Yeah, for those of us who aren't doctors here, those big words you mentioned about one of the symptoms, what exactly does that mean in simple terms?
Yep. So, SVT, or supraventricular tachycardia, is an arrhythmia. It's essentially why your heart normally beats in something we call sinus rhythm. SVT is it's where your heart beats. It can last from a few minutes to a few days, and it's where your heart beats more than 100 times a minute. It's something that can be treated in hospital. It's something that some people do unfortunately live with. It's once again one of the symptoms that will just have to be managed with the BM01 virus until we can find a cure, unfortunately.
Thank you.
there's no other questions, I'll be handing over to Mr. Wrangler from Public Works. Sir, in the vice coat.
I'm gonna just stand so everyone can know it's me asking those questions. So since there's been so many cases in the county, the state and everything, and it does have these symptoms, are we ever gonna have a statewide mask mandate or some like social distancing or anything like that to make sure people aren't spreading it to each other if they do have the virus?
At the moment, in the grand scheme of things, the infection numbers are low. For those in the healthcare fields, full PPE has been recommended through emails sent to teams such as San Andreas Emergency Medical Services, San Andreas Fire and Rescue, and the University Health Network. As has always been stated in our press releases, masks are highly recommended. However, we are not planning on enforcing them through a mandate. Fabulous. Mr. Bertrand.
Actually, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we got you at the back.
Okay, alright, there we go. I'll restart there. Alright, Public Works, we have had crews out working tirelessly to ensure that the public roads and infrastructure is safe for all citizens of San Andreas to utilize each day. Over this last weekend, we were able to do initial inspections and begin cleanup and the preparation for the repairs, which we will be beginning in the following days. We are ready to step in and begin that work as soon as the weather allows us to. As a separate note for the La Puerta Freeway, the damage done, which was at mile marker 9, was much more intensive than the damage done up in the county. We have had crews working over this weekend and in the following days to clean up the area under the freeway on Vespucci Boulevard, and that is in hopes that we can hopefully have at least one lane each direction opened up to help with the best flow of traffic until we are able to fully reopen the freeway. Unfortunately, since they were much more intensive damage, we will take a longer time to reconstruct it. We are expecting the reconstruction to take around a month to reconstruct the section of the bridge that goes over Vespucci Boulevard. We cannot be exactly sure on the exact date until we are closer to completion, but we will send out updates when we have that exact date. The timing will primarily depend on the weather during this reconstruction process, as we need to ensure the weather is in our favor to ensure that materials are able to set properly. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome the Supreme Governor of San Andreas to deliver a speech. Mr. Supreme Governor.
Right, thank you, Jack. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Gov.
Thank you very much. Esteemed members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, as we gather today, I would first like to acknowledge those who have tragically lost their lives due to the recent weather events that have swept through our great state. Their memories shall forever be etched in our hearts, and their families remain in our thoughts and prayers. In their honor, I have ordered the creation of a crisis fund for all of those affected. This should help alleviate some of the stresses whilst they regroup and recover. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now on to more pressing matters. After much deliberation with my staff and law enforcement, I would like to address and confirm a matter of grave concern. On the 16th of March this year, I made an official visit to the Humane Labs research facility in an attempt to engage in dialogue with their research and development teams. This was in relation due to the creation of a potential vaccine to combat the so-called BM01 virus. However, I can now confirm to you that during my visit, a reprehensible attempt on my life was made by a single party. With the quick thinking and action of my protection detail, I was quickly rushed to the BCSD headquarters and later airlifted to the Great Ocean Medical Center. Despite the many challenges faced, I am very grateful for the dedicated medical teams and hospital staff whose care has allowed me to recover and continue serving you as governor. However, these events are not isolated. They occurred in the backdrop of a larger crisis, one that now demands swift and immediate action. The BM01 virus continues to pose a significant threat to public health and safety. Coupled with the rising crime rates and the unpredictable forces of extreme weather, it is now evident that extraordinary measures are now required. Therefore, as of this moment, a state of emergency is hereby declared. This declaration will allow emergency services and state agencies to assist the general public when and where needed, along with allowing law enforcement to keep law and order in the state. The state of emergency will remain in effect until further notice, as we work tirelessly to safeguard our citizens and restore stability in this great state. In these challenging times, let us unite with resilience and determination. Together, we shall overcome adversity and emerge stronger than ever before. Thank you all, and if you have any questions, I will now attempt to answer them for you. Yes, of course, you lady with the camera.
Yeah, so you said that you went to the Humane Labs for, what did you say, vaccine research that they were doing? Why isn't a representative of the Humane Labs here currently to give a update on said vaccine for this BMO1 virus?
Well, right now, currently, there is no official action on the vaccine until I've just confirmed it. I was engaging in discussions with them to see if it is indeed viable and possible. I am not with Humane Labs, so as to why they did not accept the invitation by my press secretary to have a representative of their team here, I've no idea. Yes, you, in the glass of the orange head.
Yes, Governor. Why would a person in Humane Labs attempt to assassinate you?
I cannot possibly comment as it is an ongoing investigation. However, the party is indeed known, and law enforcement are doing their best to investigate the matter. Yes, you in the Hawaiian shirt.
So you mentioned you had an attempt on your life at Humane Labs, and that party you do not wish to disclose. But I'm sure the public would love to know why your friend, the scientist, a good old friend of yours, attempted to take your life, allegedly.
Whilst it is true, the lead scientist on the research team, Dr. Ribbons, was my indeed close long-term friend. However, I'm not quite sure as to why you'd think you would be trying to take my life. The party that was attempted such a thing is known and is currently being investigated, and I'm not at liberty to identify the person right now. Yes, of course.
Continuing on that, have you spoken to Mr. Ribbons in the past 5 days?
I have not had unfortunately, I've not had the ability to speak to him currently. Have spoken to his staff, and he is unfortunately quite busy right now in terms of the projects he's got with Humane Labs. However, I hope to meet him this weekend.
By quite busy, do you mean 12 feet in the ground under your orders?
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, allegedly your orders.
Well, I'm not going to dignify that with a response. Next question, please. Yes, of course, you with the camera.
Can you go ahead and comment about the recent ongoings at the City Hall with the Omers being around, claiming that that is their business?
I unfortunately don't have any details on any of the so-called Omer people on any of my property, so I can't possibly comment on that right now. However, I will urge that if you see anything suspicious around any of the state buildings, then I highly recommend you report such dealings to proper authorities.
So you're saying that you have no connection with anybody within the Omer family syndicate, whatever they want to call themselves, and that you yourself aren't taking or giving out orders to said individuals.
I have no connection to any organized crime, and the mere fact that you get that notion, quite frankly, is offensive and reprehensible. I really do not like that question. Next, please. Yes, you, with the Hawaiian shirt.
So, this trip to Humane Labs, this was a secret trip, wasn't it? Until now. And you did not wish to disclose with the public why you originally went, but now you feel like you need to because you had your life, or an attempt on your life, at the site. Why is that?
That is correct. The trip that I did take to Humane Labs was considered more of a under the books type of deal, primarily after discussion with my protection detail and my staff. It thought it best for both my life and also the development of this vaccine that we don't invite the media. Next question, please.
Since you're smear, have all the tinfoil hat people come out today?
Yes, you again. What can I do?
A representative from the Lieutenant Governor's office has been very kind to me, and he's stated that you've been sending him out of state on business trips. Is this in a way to silence him so he doesn't continue to try and maybe become the governor one day, so you can remain in power and continue your tyranny of Los Santos?
Everyone and carrying out my plan. Okay.
Yeah, put
yes,
your
it is
tinfoil
true
hat
that
away,
I have
mate.
indeed sent the Lieutenant Governor out to a lot of business meetings across the country. However, I will not confirm that it is for anything other than the fact that I'm just a very busy person right now. I am dealing with this current crisis, and I guarantee you, if I were to go myself, the media, and more than likely you, would grill me for having to do so. Might I say that the Lieutenant Governor volunteered his time to be sent out there, might I add?
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Yes, you with the camera again.
Can you go ahead and confirm on the allegations of you being the sole person responsible for the outbreak of the BMO1 virus and the conspiracy to have Humane Labs clean it up, which caused the contamination of the Tatavian reservoir?
Well, I have no idea where you got the notion that I'm solely responsible for this. I'm not quite sure where you got that information from. I've had nothing to do with that, and quite frankly, the mere notion that I have is quite offensive. Any other question? Preferably about anything other than me, because I'm quite frankly getting quite sick of that, to be honest. Yes, of course, you in the blue jacket. You may want to step closer, because I can't really hear you very well.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, does BMO1... Oh, so I'm on the table now. Does BMO1 pose a threat to human-animal transfer, or is that just, is it just a person-to-person? I'm just curious.
Well, I'm going to let the great doctor here take that question, as I'm not a medical professional. Please, doctor.
Could you just repeat the question for me? I do apologize.
Yeah, I was just wondering, does the BMO1 virus transfer just person to person, or can it also be transferred from animal to person? A bit like bird flu.
No, currently the virus is solely person to person. There is no indication at this current stage the virus can be transferred from animal to human or human to animal.
Thank you. I'm going to go sit down again.
Any other question? Yes, you and the Hawaiian shirt again. Might I suggest that it's beyond any other question, otherwise I will have to end this conference.
Last question for me, I promise, Mr. Tarkin. Did you attempt to have me killed?
I beg your pardon.
You heard me. I'm getting too close. You're getting scared.
Sir, whomever you might are, I regret and very much find that question very offensive that I might have a member of the public killed. That is very offensive. I've got no connection to any criminal organization at all, and if you ask such questions again, I'm going to have to ask law enforcement to escort you from the room.
Yeah, coward. Continue to coward. Hide the truth. You know what you've done.
Any other questions? No other questions, then I very much thank you for showing up and very much for asking questions. I do appreciate that. If you have any other concerns or questions, please email my press secretary and my personal secretary, and they will forward the details on to me. Anything else? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I shall now pass the mic back to my press secretary, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
Alrighty. If any of you have any more questions at all, myself, the health secretary, and the director of public works will be in the Capitol building. If you would like to come through the back entrance, our security will let you in, so you can ask those questions. Thank you.
Wake up, people. He's not telling
Here
the
you
truth.
go, Jess.
Oh, mate, I heard there were aliens above Mount Chiliad the other day.
Seeing something I wasn't supposed to saw, if you catch my drift.
So many paranoid people these days, mate. How's it going?
He knew
Asking
he
about
was
the
wrong.
Scientists, but I'm still yet to find anything. So
There's nothing really we could do on that end. We just have to wait, see what we can come up with, and then go from there.
Look out, the Kraken's gonna be in the Alamo Sea soon.
Look
Oh
out,
no,
it's the
not the Loch
complicit
Ness
pawns
Monster.
underneath the Mighty King that... My god, I hate people.
where you park?
Dumbasses don't even know. I'm over there.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll catch you. I've got to walk a mile and a half away to get to my car.
Do you wanna ride to your car?
Nah, it's fine. It's just around the corner in one of those car park things.
Oh shit, hold on. Watch out. Watch out. Here comes the fuzz.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
What's up, Stormtrooper? What do you need?
Alright, mind if I just talk with you real fast about something?
Talk with me about... Okay. Is this about my statements, or are you actually going to investigate the governor for once, eh?
I'll just gotta have some questions about it.
Come on.
Respectfully...
Just walk and talk.
Respectfully, sir, I suggest you have somebody there as a witness.
I've got LSMPD. I trust them enough.
Just so you know,
so
I
what-
do have my body camera rolling.
You're fine.
So what's exactly happening with I heard the statement, so I was just kind of wanted to get a follow up on it and see where it's coming from mainly.
Him getting me killed or attempting to get me killed?
I was just gonna ask you about it and why.
Detective Hodge has the case.
Do you know the case number by chance?
I have no idea. You would have to ask him.
Has the Sarge calling me?
What's your name?
Reginald Volcrum.
How do you spell it?
R-E-G-I-N-A-L-D. That's Reginald. Then
Kevin, what did you do?
why am I always Kevin?
And then what's your last name?
B-A-U-L K-R-I-M.
Alright, if we have any follow up questions, I'll reach out to you and talk with you about it. So, do you have any questions for me?
Don't slave away to the governor.
I'm gonna walk you back to your car, respectfully, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, it's fine. My gun's in my car.
Better to have two people than one person, right?
Mm-hmm. Not defensive. He's scared. He's actually doing shit,
Yeah.
which means he's
he was stammering a lot with the questions, which means he was trying to make shit up off the fly. He wasn't prepared. He wasn't ready for that. I don't even know anymore. Damn locals.
I think we got some good shit out of that though. Got some real. Again, I say this all the time, but silence speaks numbers.
Mm-hmm. He was scared. That's the thing. Did you notice how EPU was eyeing us directly?
Oh yeah.
Me and you.
I thought I heard him mention something when he left the room as well. Just can't. Hard to hear from the side of the room.
I was close enough. They were talking about keeping an eye on both me and you, but there's nothing they could do about it.
Maybe they should keep an eye on their Supreme Governor of Los Santos and address what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Figure out all these secret meetings he's going to and shit. And him lying.
I like how he said that his meeting at Humane Labs was under the table.
Yeah.
Did you catch that too?
I took interest to him saying that they know who attempted to kill him. Which is interesting, because from what I've been told, it was the scientist who's now missing. Who was his friend, Mr. Brazella something. I don't know. Yeah, still trying to get a deep dive on the internet. Can't find anything.
Yeah.
Is that him?
That is a good question. I don't even know if that's him or not. That most definitely is protection detail, though.
Okay. Fancy us car.
You know, I kind of want to go ask that gentleman that stood in the corner that entire time near the door some questions.
The one. Right. Well, I think that went pretty well. We roasted them all alive in that meeting, and yeah, I think.
User disconnected from
we
your
got a lot more
channel.
information than we thought we would, and the governor's scared. He's running in circles. Him doing his job by putting the state in a state of emergency just tells me that he's worried. He's scared. So yeah. Anyways, leaders.